What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. It is Sunday, the 10th of December, 2023. Welcome to December. So sorry I missed you last week. Again, I got into a situation where just too much going on, ran out of time, was exhausted, had a lot of work to do. It's been a pretty busy week this week, too. Actually, a four-way switch really kicked my ass. Admittingly, I need to brush up on my four-way switch skills for like an hour yesterday. I'm like, what do you mean input, output? I should have just followed her. It's just a long story. As always, the first link below will take you over to the Patreon post. That's where you can find all the news. I did bookmark quite a bit of it this week. There's a lot going on. Let's jump into it, shall we? I hope everybody's well. It is a chilly 45 degrees in St. Louis as I'm making this video. Warning issued over highly contagious 100-day cough spreading through the UK. Ironically, I had a cough this week myself, but it was because I think I ate a piece of really overcooked chicken and it scratched my throat on the way down. It was like so annoying. I was like, this completely doesn't matter. World Health Organization wants to remind you, this thing is spreading. You make sure you're fully protected. The vaccines work to keep you safe. Check your vaccination status. Consult your local health. They just want you to be safe. This is a special announcement from the Make Electric YouTube channel. If you're watching this video on YouTube, unfortunately, this portion of the Jericho Report had to be censored because apparently something went wrong. You can see the information on the screen. As I uploaded the report tonight, I immediately received an email saying that something happened at 1 minute and 56 seconds in the video. They did not identify what happened, only that there was something that happened. And, if you want to judge for yourself whether something happened, I will put links below in the YouTube description to the video on Rumble and on BitChute. And you can go to the timestamp provided on the screen. Decide for yourself what really happened. I don't know. This has been a special announcement from the Make Electric YouTube channel. Did you know, let's switch over to another topic, there was a presidential debate this week. I had no idea. I don't even know who that. All I know is Krispy Kreme is still there, and the guy from Florida. I don't know who this guy is. But listen to what was said. Can someone who watched the debate, if anybody, can you verify that this man said these things?
Then vote for somebody who's going to speak the truth to you.
Listen to this.
Why am I the only person on the stage, at least, who can say that January 6th now does look like it was an inside job? That the government lied to us for 20 years about Saudi Arabia's involvement in 9/11. That the Great Replacement theory is not some grand right-wing conspiracy theory, but a basic statement of the Democratic Party's platform. That the 2020 election was indeed stolen by big tech. That the
Did this man stand on this stage and say this? That, 9/11 was... Never mind. We got this here.
Trust the American people to draw their own conclusions. They should not be dictated by some narrative and
you should trust the American people to draw. I'm glad you said that. Listen to what he says next.
That is fact. So they can review the tapes themselves. We're going through a methodical process of releasing them as quickly as we can. As you know, we have to blur some of the faces of persons who participated in the events of that day because we don't want them to be retaliated against.
You mean you have to blur the faces of all of the undercover FBI agents that were involved in that day? I think that's what you mean. I'll put a link to that. Anyway, I got a couple more here. Ted Cruz obliterates FBI director for covering for Joe Biden. Just listen to some of this.
Have you opened an investigation into whether the Attorney General lied under oath to Congress and whether the Attorney General obstructed justice?
I'm not going to go down that road here.
No, we're not going to. Come on. And speaking of that, Hunter Biden has now been indicted again. Oh, the tax indictment, the drugs, the escorts, the girlfriends, oh my. And what do you think is going to happen? Absolutely nothing. Hey, what happened to that White House cocaine? That section took way too long. By the way, if you like these reports, please give it a thumbs up. Like the video. I'm supposed to say that because it's supposed to, the little gay rainbow thing is supposed to go around it. Does it happen on my videos? Probably not. But like the video if you like the video. Anyway, over to financial news. How I Made You. I was watching a video the other day and it said, the guy said like the video and this little rainbow thing went around the like button. I'm like, what? How made U.S. stock just fared on the Friday? What happened in the markets this week? I wasn't paying attention. Let's see. The Dow Jones rose 130 on Friday. For the week, the Dow was up only 2.37 points. Or is it? Man, you talk about a flat week for the Dow. Still up at 36,000. No, I'll put a link to the market recap data. More Americans tapping into retirement savings as hardship withdrawals rise. What are you talking about? Bidenomics, baby. Listen to what Biden had to say here.
Cut the national debt by $1.7 trillion.
My hero.
We literally cut the federal debt in half by 1.4.
Have you seen the U.S. debt clock lately? The Guardian reports Senate Republicans block funding bill that included aid for Ukraine and is, oh no, he's going to cry. Biden open to significant concessions on United States border security in return for Ukraine aid. Significant concessions on U.S. borders. Let that sink in for a minute, will you? Would those concessions mean you'd get rid of the $5,000 gift cards that you're giving to every illegal alien crossing the border? Here's a sheriff. He's got a video report telling you such. Put a link to that. Woman claims, speaking of discrimination now, lawsuit. You can't, look, do you realize that you are anti-Semitic if you say anything about Israel? She's claiming that this law firm, because of her stance on...
in a hostile manner about my social media posts related to Palestine.
They're just destroying people who don't agree with the agenda. Biden-Harris administration announces nearly $5 billion in additional student debt relief. Be advised, he's reducing the national debt, though. Biden-favored EV bus maker goes bust after leaving broken trail of irreparable buses. I thought there was a video report with this. I'll put a link to this. Just some more financial stuff. 0 public EV chargers built since Congress approved $7.5 billion to expand the net. $7.5 billion. Wow, it's like movie Independence Day. You don't really think they spend $3,000 on a hammer, $7,000 on a toilet seat, do you? Put a link to that. California retailers that refuse to have gender-neutral toys for children may be fined up to $500 with a new ultra Gavin Newsom law. Put a link to this, just a couple. And look, speaking of Christmas toys, look what's happening in just a couple blocks away from where I live. Oh, I'm just waiting for these people to try to hit my house.
Looking for a
They're gonna have a hell of a surprise.
Who broke into a Clifton Heights home while residents were sleeping. Fox 2's Mallory Thomas shows us the terrifying.
4 o'clock in the morning, family fast asleep. Nobody knows what's going on.
The residents of a home in South St. Louis's Clifton Heights neighborhood don't want to be identified, but they're sharing this video with us to warn others.
Look at this. This is what's happening in St. Louis City.
The victims are understandably shaken up. Overnight Tuesday, 4 people shimmied open a window to their home, climbed inside, and helped themselves to gifts sitting under their Christmas tree.
Took the presents under the Christmas tree. Then took the lady's car at the end.
You can also see the red SUV getaway car waiting to pick up the thieves. Just 2 minutes after breaking and entering the home, you see the group of 4 racing out the front door. The last to leave is holding the victim's purse, and inside the purse, keys to the victim's car and front door of their home. He climbs in the front seat and takes off. This is the victim's car. She says city detectives are investigating the burglary. The victim says the police tell her,
if you must sleep with your first floor windows open, have motion detection on that first floor. So if someone crawls into a window, you'll know about it. And be ready to defend yourself and your family and your property with deadly force. Over to New World Order and police state news. Please share the report. Please pass it around. There's important stuff going on. Let's get into it. Mike Johnson backtracks, caves to deep state. The Democrats slipping FBI spy power reauthorization into the National Defense Authorization Act. You don't say. That from Breitbart. The FBI whistleblower says U.S. government sees Americans as the primary enemy. Yeah, especially those Americans, who are religious and pro-life and pro-family and, you're just domestic terrorists, all you. But like that. House bill states that anti-Zionism is anti-Semitic. Yes, like I said earlier, it is a hate crime to say, oh, can't say that. You better not disagree with anything the mainstream media is telling you, or it's a hate crime. They're literally trying to prosecute you in federal court. No more freedom of speech for you. You're not allowed to have that opinion. It's official U.S. policy to keep global population of 8 billion people, written into Kissinger report, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, oh, come on. That whole thing about that's a conspiracy theory. Parents horrified on the agenda front after school assigned daughter to sleep with boy on a field trip. Yep, because he was, or she was, or whatever it was, felt it was transgender. On the border news, I got a lot of immigration stuff. The border is a complete joke. Be advised, video from the border, people just coming on in. Put a link to that. More than 10,000 illegal aliens flooded in the U.S. over the past 24 hours on Joe Biden's open border invasion. Okay, wait for the reports. How about this? Groups of mostly Chinese men crossing illegally into the United States at the border in California. What's all this about? Yeah, remember the movie Red Dawn? They're not coming out of the sky. They're just coming right over the border. Who knows? NYC orders voter registration forms for all migrants. You don't say! Put a link to that. A couple more miscellaneous at the end. Biden administration expected to delay menthol cigarette ban. Possible anger from black voters. Yeah, we want to take away your freedoms and liberties, but we don't want to do it till after the election. Yep. And I got one at the bottom. New law will install kill switches in all new cars. Now, I've seen some stuff to the contrary on this. I don't know. That would be an interesting way to fight the stolen car problem. But what happens when they want to shut your car down? Well, this is turning into an extremely long report, but some of you guys like the longer ones. If you like the longer ones, please subscribe for future reports. Over to World War III news. Israel warns European countries over a massive network of Hamas operatives. Be advised, Operation Blackjack hit off the top. Huge risk of terrorist attacks in European Union. Home Affairs Chief warns. Keep an eye on that MI5. If it goes critical, get away from major cities. Put a link to these. Europeans will succumb to Islam, says former top spy. Issues new warning. Wow. Okay then. White House warns Putin could win if aid to Israel or aid to Ukraine dries up. I think that's already happening. Ukraine's latest weapons request, however, includes air defenses and F-18s. So, it's good times for the military-industrial complex, anyway. The Biden administration openly threatening Americans under Ukraine. Tucker Carlson tweeted this out. If you don't appropriate the money, we'll send your uncles, cousins, and sons to fight. Pay with your oligarchy. I'll put a link. Openly. This guy here, no problem. We're going to use all of the illegal aliens are going to join the military because the American people aren't joining the military in numbers that they'd like to see. Yep, that's what he says. Put a link to that. Maybe they can replace some of the pilots that are dying. DoD blocks U.S. Navy medical officers' computer access after he exposed alarming surge in heart issues among pilots following the whatchamacallit. Put a link to that. Other news going on. British-owned cargo ship hit by rocket off of Yemen coast. Weeks after Red Sea attacks, Iran back Houthi rebels. Link to that. I think the U.S. is shooting some stuff down. The shoots down drones in response to ballistic missile attacks on commercial vessels. When this first came out, these were supposedly military vessels that were hit, but the stories changed, so I don't know what the real truth is. A couple at the bottom, miscellaneous. Space Force speeds up launch times to respond to threats. What's going on in space? And former U.S. ambassador arrested in Florida, accused of serving as an agent to Cuba. What up with that? Over to Earth changes in 2012 news. I got the earthquake set up for 6 points and above. We're going to do the past 2 weeks since I didn't do a report. Man, there has been a lot of rocking and rolling in the past 2 weeks. On December 7th, we had the big one, 7.1, 6.9 on the 3rd. 6.6 on the 3rd, 6.0 on the 2nd, 6.0, 6.2, 6.1. There is 7.6 on the 2nd. I mean, the Earth is rocking and rolling. I haven't seen any news on the Iceland volcano, so I apparently we're still on standby on that. I apologize. I didn't look anything up on it, but I didn't see anything come across headlines this week. Bundle up for coal killer John Kerry, a cold, dark winter. I thought that was just interesting wording. I want to throw that in. I got another link on that. He calls himself a militant, demands end of coal plants anywhere in the world. Really? Same guy that wants to take your wooden stove away. Britons, however, are being told to stock up on torches and candles if the power cuts out. Apparently they're expecting power cuts. I don't know what's going on there. Christmas supplies in America threatened as vital Panama Canal shipping route suffers its worst drought ever. Cargo ships face week-long backlog. That sucks. The Panama Canal drying up. Meanwhile, breaches, speaking of water, breaches in Iran, affiliated hackers span multiple U.S. states. I put this in here because I think it goes into attacks on there was Iranian attacks apparently on the water supply. Yeah, Municipal Water Authority in Aliquippa. It goes into some of that, so be advised. Water problems, possible hackers. I don't know. Bad news for nervous flyers up in the jet stream. Getting faster as climate change gets worse could lead to severe in-flight turbulence. Study warns. I'll link to that. Speaking of that, what we're doing on the ground, hazmat and emergency crews called to JFK Airport after 10,000 gallons of fuel spilled from an overturned truck. Whoops. Put a link to that. Speaking of something that might have exploded, a house. Did you see the explosion over in Arlington, Virginia? Look at this.
The explosion was caught on camera.
This guy
blowing a home to pieces.
He was gonna. The police were executing a search warrant on this house. Let's just watch. Here's the original video. This is how it ended. Check it out. Yeah, I ain't going to jail. That boy came out with a shitload of fireworks or something, because they said the gas had been shut off by the fire department. So there's a couple of people on my live stream, we just assumed that it's fireworks, because it kind of blew itself out, and then the whole neighborhood caught on fire. The fire department took forever. I don't know what was going on with this guy, but we all know how it ended.
You remember how it ended? Yeah, everything at the end blowed up. Blowed up good. Blowed up real good.
Yeah. Yep. Maybe he was pissed off at the government for some reason. This one pissed me off this week. U.S. government wants hunters to shoot 500,000 owls, apparently because they're an invasive species. Yeah, these poor owls, we gotta kill them. They have no right to live. Over to strange and bizarre news. I guess we had another mass shooting. Apparently, was this at a college or something? A 67-year-old who wanted to be a professor, I guess, didn't get the job or something, went in, started shooting people, killed a couple of people, something like that. I'll put a link to that. Speaking of that, we had the Oxford high school shooter was sentenced to life without parole. This happened, when did this happen? It's back in 2021. This is school shooting was? Why does it take this long to get conviction? Shooter kills wife, adult daughters, and brother before turning gun on himself in apparent murder-suicide. This happened up in Canada. Man, it's a rough time for a lot of people right now. This moron, however, look at this. He just, yeah, let's, how does this work? Yeah. Yep. I felt bad for the guy who just shot himself in the leg accidentally, but this moron, whatever. We got another brazen break-in. Look what's going on out in L.A. Look at this. He voted for Biden. He voted for Gavin Newsom. I'm so sick of it. Check it out.
He's frustrated.
This whole street has been broken into. Our
Biden and Gavin Newsom are somehow.
These guys just got broken into 2 months ago. What are we supposed to do? We're a small construction company.
Ryan Bagley, the latest victim on this LaSalle Park Street, to get burglarized by several thieves, so many it's hard to count. As you watch them file into and out of Bagley's business, Delta
happens in St. Louis all the time.
Construction and
zero tolerance pursuit policy.
Electric.
What do you think happens? Nothing.
They smashed into our gate over there, smashed our gate into here. 15 dudes come pouring in.
Delta security cameras capturing the destruction.
I just can't watch anymore. Speaking of California, over in Bakersfield,
40 years living this there. I've never been to the Christmas parade.
Truck apparently plowed down a bunch of people.
First time coming to the
Bakersfield
Bakersfield Christmas parade, and it's probably my last.
I won't be back.
What was supposed to be a fun night full of holiday
people running down parades. Apparently, Derek Cliven has been attacked in jail or in prison by a Mexican mafia FBI informant. Some bizarre something going on there. I don't know. Some people like to get slapped intentionally. Look at this. Japanese restaurant. People pay to get slapped by the waitress. Can you imagine? What is wrong in your brain? Outrageous transgender woman takes gold and silver medals at Illinois Cycling Championships. This makes me sick to my stomach. AOC, however, says all underage women will face genital examinations if biological men are barred from female sports. Wow. Okay. We got this going on. What is going on here? Oh, yeah. Don't you bully me. Look. Trans YouTuber bullies Pizza Man.
Do I look like a boy or a girl?
Because he doesn't understand he's talking to a girl, apparently.
No, I'm a girl. Okay. What do you think you look like?
You ever see that House episode? I'm a girl! I'm a girl!
Just ugly.
It was the hermaphrodite episode.
Here, you could actually have my pizza. Do you like those? He's so mean, I'm not getting his pizza. So
he's so mean. Watch this guy's expression at the end. I just love this.
What? I would never eat your pizza. In a million years, you're so rude.
Goldilocks would never eat your pizza.
How are you going to tell me I'm a man in a purse and long hair and nails? You can't figure that out for yourself? Fucking asking, well, what are your pronouns? What do you think my fuck?
Oh my god, and we got another one of these. Apparently.
It's Miss. What part don't you understand? Miss.
Is that the same person? Or is this just like how these people look?
So why do you have a smirk on your face?
This is a repairman that came to the lady's house.
I told you from the beginning. Please get out of my house.
Sorry. I don't mean to misgender you.
Can you hear me? Please leave my house. No, please leave my house.
And she proceeds to tell him how much his work sucks on the way out.
Please leave my house. I'm telling you to leave my house. This is not your house. Get out. I'm not kidding. You don't respect me, and you're rude, and your work is shit.
You didn't fix my door.
You're not the boss.
Sink
You
leaks.
have a boss. So where has your boss been for the last 4 months when I've been trying to get you to fix shit? You fucked up the tub. You fucked up the tub. You fucked up the sinks. Now you fucked up my shower. Your work fucking sucks.
I'm sorry, it's terrible. Wow. For all the news, please check my favorite videos. Tornado emergency in the southern United States. Got some live coverage that went through on that last night. Locusts swarm Mexican region, biblical proportions. Be advised, don't open your mouth again. They're invading America. Got stuff on what's going on the border. U.S. water systems hacked. Sam F. put out a short video on that. Good to hear from you, Sam. That guy's coming up in my shout-outs. Demcad, look at this. One step close. Look at it. This is all the stuff you need to survive. I fucking love Demcad. Check out my favorites. Thank you to everybody. Keep putting out videos, keeping everybody informed. You guys are doing awesome. Man, this is a long one. I got a couple shout-outs, though. I got to give a shout-out to Tucker Carlson and Alex Jones. If you didn't see the Alex Jones Tucker Carlson thing.
The world's most dangerous man, the most censored man in the English language.
And there's talk that Elon Musk is about to unban Alex Jones. Might happen by the time he put up a poll. He's asking the Twitter community. Apparently, a lot of people want to see Alex Jones back on Twitter.
In the United States.
So I want to throw a shout out to Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones. I mean, I know people have their opinions of these people, especially Alex Jones. You know, I stopped following Alex long ago because I couldn't take the daily, the New World Order is going to kill everybody. I mean, stuff we already knew, constantly being drilled into you, in my opinion. It turned into a bit of a psychological operation, and he's trying to sell you all these supplements and all that. But then again, I'm grateful to Alex Jones for things like, you know, the Obama deception and Endgame, blueprint to global enslavement, because you can deny it all you want, but you know damn well when you were first waking up, this is the kind of information that led you to research other things. So I'll always be incredibly grateful to Alex Jones for putting me on a path of I don't know why people want to deny so much that he was a big part of how they woke up. I mean, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just, you know, my close friend. I know whatever happened back in 2007, 2008, 2009, we all found each other for some reason. Maybe it was something divine. Maybe it was supposed to happen. I don't know. A lot of our lives were falling apart. A lot of us were looking for reasons why, and we went looking for reasons why. And the amount of time that I spent watching Alex Jones documentaries back then and researching this stuff for myself, I just got to say thank you. So I'd be glad if he gets back on X or Twitter or whatever the hell they call it now. Right on. But shout out to him for, and shout out to the guy. This was the neighbor of the guy whose house exploded. He lived like a few houses down. He's the one that shot the video. And it would appear that he's having a good time in this interview, but he's just one of these people, I think, that have that kind of energy. I remember when I used to put in car alarms and car scares. There was this guy, Darren, that worked at the front desk. A good salesperson has like a personality like this, you know, where he's always, no matter what, he always find, you know. I don't think he's being disrespectful to the situation. I just think he's, if you watch this interview, I just like his energy. So if you haven't seen this interview, I want to put a shout out to him. Check it out. You know, he tells you exactly what happened.
I believe it was like an AR. It was a high caliber weapon. It was not a flare. They shot flares at the beginning. He was not shooting flares near the end. They started returning fire with non-lethal weapons.
He goes all the way into how, you know, before the explosion happened and what happened in the aftermath and everything. I just thought the guy had good energy. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. I don't know. Shout out to him, though. And that's all I got for this week. I know it's an incredibly long report. I apologize. Sometimes I just feel like talking more. Like right now, I'm wide awake. It's getting late at night. I got a lot of editing to do. Probably get this up somewhere between 2 and 4 a.m. A lot goes into these reports. So if you appreciate them, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Or you can follow me over there for free. You can also support me directly with DonorBox. Like I said, a lot goes into this. You can follow me at all my links below. They're all at the bottom. Please tell me how you're doing. Is everybody having happy holidays so far? I hope so. I mean, I know a lot of people are hurting right now. This time of year is rough for some people. It's good for some people, but I love you all, and I'm glad that you keep tuning in to watch me every week. I'm very grateful for that. And just know that you're not alone out there, and all of the things that you're seeing in the world and everything that's wrong. Try to look at, you know, some of the good stuff too. Try to come up with a reason to smile. You know, look at the news and just be like, oh, that figure's. Just try not to succumb to the madness. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in and watching another report. Have a good rest of the weekend. Have a good week. Please tell me your thoughts on what's coming next. I don't know. It's craziness. I'll see you on the next one.